It was really disheartening. I received a text from a person who I served with before, and he said to me, he said, you know, it's normal to disagree with the commander-in-chief. He said, but I don't know if it's normal to be embarrassed by him. Mm-hmm. And he said, and I'm embarrassed. You know, and when we take the oath, we take the oath that we are going to follow the Constitution of the United States of America, and we will follow the lawful orders of the commander-in-chief. It's the same thing, and it's the same very humble responsibility that I take as the commander-in-chief of the Maryland National Guard. That I know the Maryland National Guard and the Maryland Air Guard, they move on the command of the commander-in-chief, that I'm giving them lawful orders. But I also think there's a confidence amongst the members of the Maryland National Guard and the Maryland Air Guard is that I would only ever give lawful orders. And that's the struggle that I think for a lot of members of the military, they're figuring right now. We will follow the commands of our commander-in-chief. That's the oath that we took. When they're lawful. And I think there's a lot of people who right now, when they heard the words from the commander-in-chief yesterday about talking about using American cities as training grounds, they're not receiving lawful orders. In fact, they're receiving orders that are in direct violation of the U.S. Constitution and of U.S. law. And so this is what is making this moment so tricky. It's not just the fact that, you know, hearing Pete Hegseth, ridicule people about merit is really rich when he is the most unqualified Secretary of Defense that this country's ever seen. But it's past that. It's that we are hearing from our commander-in-chief about instructions that he is giving to the members of our military that are not just nonsensical, they're unlawful. And that puts the members of our military in a really complicated situation.
Shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakar Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect. All right, now as you see in this video, this man is talking about those military leaders who were like, lieutenants, generals, high-ranking military officials, saying that they were embarrassed by Donald Trump and Pete Hegseth as they were, berated like children in front of the world. And, the point that I made in, what you want to call it, the first installment of this series, okay, was how serious the military takes the Constitution. They feel as though they don't serve the commander-in-chief, they serve the Constitution and they serve the people. And this may lead to the military revolting against this administration. All right, because when Trump talks about using U.S. cities as training grounds, okay, which that is, you Israelites getting your head bust, that's all that is, because those training grounds ain't going to be nothing but the ghettos of America. I mean, where else would they train in combat other than the ghettos of America, But these military leaders, as I mentioned before, they're not, a lot of them not going to go for that because they wholeheartedly believe in the United States Constitution. So once again, this may lead to a revolting of the American military revolting against this man and his administration. He's turning the military against the people. I mean, you see it with the ICE situation, they jumping out the van like the A-team, and roping Issachar, Latin tribes, roping him up and throwing them in the back of vans and taking them wherever they taking them. This is unconstitutional. Not that the Constitution really matters, because it's, that's why you see people on these videos quote certain things from the Constitution and the cops still hem them up, still cuff them up. It really doesn't matter. But as we speak on the United States military, that matters to them. That's like their blueprint. They take an oath. When you go to the military, you take an oath not to whoever is in office, not who's, the current commander-in-chief, as you know, is the president of the United States, you take an oath to the damn old Constitution. This is what they standing on. This is the foundation of what they feel like they do. And you see more and more now, these, whether it be former military members or, because, they going to stay in order. United States military going to stay in order or whatever. But you see, this is guys, what did he say he was? Something with the National Guard. Pardon me. It slips my mind. But he's saying they were embarrassed and these are unlawful orders. And as I said in the first video, if they decide we not doing what Trump, as I speak on the military, if they decide we're not going to do what Trump say, what is he going to do? You don't have no subdivision of the military to go against the military. What is he going to do? And this is how you know this place is in disarray. Yahweh Shem Yahushua is breaking the spirit of this place. He's breaking, I guess you would say, the order of it. And the faith and belief in this place, even from those who fight and die for it. They bucking. They don't want to hear this shit. And, he tried to, as I said before, he berated them as children. Y'all fat, y'all out of shape. Get your PT up, your physical training, get your PT up. These are men who, as you talk about these high-ranking military members, these are men who have been through wars and everything like that, even before Donald Trump was thought of. This is 20, 25 years, 30 years, of these people doing these things. So as I said in the first video, don't be surprised if they buck against this dude. Yahweh Shem Yahushua is destroying, who you people call God of Jesus Christ, is destroying this place, man. The morale of it, the patriotism of it, he destroying it. For there shall be, 2nd Ezra 15 and 16, for there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. All right, they shall not regard their kings nor princes. Trump is basically the king of America. His princes being the little minions under him. Pete Hegseth. Okay. It's a possibility that they're going to revolt against him. Because now he's doing what is considered unconstitutional, and the military, the American military, stands on that documentation of the Constitution. They stand on that. I'm telling you, I said it in the first one. Somebody gonna pop out and say, I don't serve the commander-in-chief. I serve the Constitution. This is the sedition among men, not only the United States citizens, okay, but even now you see the United States military having sedition against their government, man, their leaders, all right? An incitement of resistance to or insurrection against lawful authority. This is what sedition is. You go into that word insurrection, an act or instance of revolting against civil authority or an established government. Of course, this established government being who? The United States government, pardon me. All right. Insurgents, mutiny, outbreak, rebellion, revolt, revolution, rising, or an uprising. All right. It also says they won't regard their kings nor princes. You go into the word regard. attention, consideration, right? Not considering the lawful authority anymore. This is a real possibility that this military will not regard the orders of the commander-in-chief. It says to show respect or consideration for, to hold in high esteem, to look at attentively, to pay attention to. You're having these, this is a National Guard guy that I put in the video, but even the energy, if you've seen that meeting, or whatever you want to call it, even the energy of it was just off, as Trump came out, he said something to the effect of, I've never entered a room this quiet, and they don't respect dude, man. And this is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai taking the power from Esau. I said that in the first video, in this clip that I seen today, reinforces it, man. This United States military is not respecting this guy or looking at him like a true commander-in-chief. If Satan's kingdom be divided against itself, how can it stand? This is the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, who you people call God and Jesus Christ, dismantling this place. If the top of the nation, which is the government, is divided, the people are going to be divided, and division amongst the people leads to them being conquered. They have a saying, divide and conquer. This is the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai doing these things. But I ain't gonna hold you. I hope that video was edifying. Shalom.